Hey, BSHL fans, and welcome to the unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League podcast. This weekend, the championship series in the BSHL takes off Friday night at 8:15 in the Civic Center. Then Sunday, 5:30 in Rishabukto for Game 3. Tune in to see what's going on or stream online. Now, here's your hosts, the Coreys.
Hello and welcome to the unofficial BSHL Senior Hockey League podcast. I made Corey jump, mission accomplished. I'm joined by my co-host Corey.
No,
How you doing, bud?
Jeez, don't do that. You scared me.
Such a dickhead.
Hey,
man.
I've been doing good. There's a weird silence there.
Yeah, it happens. Thanks to Adam Story for the intro. Adam Story, who now has a YouTube channel. Up and Adam.
Up and Adam. So it's up, the letter N, and Adam. I watched a couple of his videos. It's interesting. He's like showing us how to be a lumberjack, basically.
He's a legit lumberjack, so he shows us the equipment that he's using, what it looks like when he's cutting down the trees and moving the trees around and stuff. It's actually really cool.
The first video I saw of him, he's like removing trees and like stripping all the branches and all that and like cutting them into specific sizes and all that. It's really, really good stuff. Up and Adam. Go check it out.
I'm a person who at one point was really hooked on those farming simulator games, and there was a forestry component to that.
Really?
So seeing an actual legitimate lumberjack, legitimate guy cutting down trees, very cool. So Up and Adam on YouTube, Adam Story on Facebook, or TikTok, I think it's Up and Adam.
TikTok, it's Up and Adam.
He's around. Check him out. Good friend.
Good friend. Great videos too. Really entertaining. Great stuff.
Corey, big weekend coming up. Before we get into the BSHL, let's talk a little bit about the other league that's running in New Brunswick. The finals for the Valley Appalachian League is Kedgwick versus Saint-Basile. So the Kedgwick Dynamo, Saint-Basile A's, some former players playing in that league. Olivier Gendron playing for Kedgwick, Blake Kaplan playing for Kedgwick. I know Ryan Court played a little bit for Kedgwick, but I think only a game or two. Ryan Court being a former goalie and maybe not in the BSHL, definitely in the God, why can't I remember what that league up north was called? Corey.
The Acadie Chaleur?
Man, I blanked. Thank God that you're here. So yeah, check them out if you're in that region. Some really good hockey over there too.
Kedgwick, Trey Lewis played for them, right?
Kedgwick, Trey Lewis played for them. A lot of guys played for them. I'm pretty sure Mac Brown played for them. Another former, another Hawk, former Kedgwick Dynamo. But yeah, no, good hockey. So if you're in that region, check that out. Obviously, though, I encourage you to get to Miramichi tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Corey, game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Elspeth the Cox at Miramichi.
8:15.
8:15 as always. How are you feeling going into that game? Excited?
A lot more
rested.
A lot more rested than Sunday. I'm obviously looking forward to it. Connor and Caleb will be joining us.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see Connor and Caleb. Haven't seen them in a long time. Might be the first time this year seeing them, actually.
Yeah, for me too. Normally we see them at wrestling shows and stuff, but no wrestling shows we've been to lately, so
yeah,
that doesn't help anything. So yeah, Connor and Caleb coming up. I think we're gonna go grab some food at Mike's before the game and get over the Civic early, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know who to pick in this one. This is a coin flip for me once again. I think the Hawks are going to push really hard.
Well, I think the Hawks are going to come in a little more rested. I think Miramichi's coming in pretty fired up, though. So it's going to be a good game. I really can't wait to be there. I wonder how big that crowd's going to get in Miramichi. And then along with that, I wonder what the 50-50 is going to look like.
Miramichi, they shouldn't be the Northmen. They should be the Miramichi 50-50s.
The Miramichi 50-50s? I don't know, man. I'll pass on that name. But you can go ahead and run with that if you want to. It should be a great game. We've it's to get through the rest of this work week and get to that point. That's the real battle here for me. Obviously, I expect to see Jason Ryu back in net. Expect to see Dan Vautour back in net. Neither had a great game on Sunday. Neither had a terrible game, though. So we're going to see them
Vautour
back.
looked pretty good.
Vautour looked good.
Few won by the end there, but he made some pretty big saves.
He looked good early on. Same thing can be said for Ryu. He let in a couple weak ones, but he also made some really good saves. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be very interesting. I know that as we speak right now, the Miramichi boys, Polomu, are playing against Tantramar, game 2 at the Civic. So I'm going to be watching that in 40 minutes on Facebook. Thanks to Thomas Hollahan for streaming those games. Have you tuned into any of them yet, Corey?
I have not.
I'll share the link with you. So
Absolutely.
It's New Brunswick High School hockey playoffs. Coaches for that team, I think McKnight coaches, and I know Mike McKay coaches for Miramichi. Okay. So really good hockey. I caught chunks of game 1. It was a really, really good game. Miramichi won it with they tied it up with under a minute left.
Oh, wow.
And then they won the game in overtime. And Thomas's call was stellar. It was just like, man, I highly recommend. Go check out their page. Go check out Thomas's page. Check out his call. He's doing a great job streaming their games this year. So worth checking out. Thomas, a former guest of the podcast, and really a kid to keep an eye on. I think he's got a really bright future in media in some way, whatever way that he decides to go. This kid's only like 16 years old, and he's done more than most of us, either of us, honestly. So this kid's brilliant. But it should be great. So it's just, hockey right now. Miramichi is alive and well. Miramichi Mayhem just had a game. Mm-hmm. Then they've got their women's hockey day coming up in Nigawak. Just so much positive things going on. So Miramichi, man, wild right now. Out here in the Rishabakto area, not as much hockey going on right now. Obviously, the Hawks are in the finals. That's the talk of the town. Playoffs are about to get underway, so we're going to see the West Kent Steamers in action. But it's an exciting time of year, man. Unless you're a Habs fan, then it's a little depressing, but you get over it.
Hey, they won yesterday.
You get over it. It's not. We're not a cup contender, but it's still some good hockey to be played. At least we're not delusional. We realize we're not cup contenders. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Leaf fans, Bruins fans, people that have false hope every year.
I don't get the Bruins. They get rid of Marchand and they win 2 games in a row.
Still the most shocking NHL trade that I've seen.
Of all time, no.
The most shocking I've seen in a few years.
Yes.
I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it either. The second Wayne Gretzky got traded, no one's safe.
No, I know, but that's been a long time since then, man. Were you even born?
No, I was not.
Yeah, so man.
I was literally a month away though.
You were a month away from being born?
I believe a month away, or I was a month old. It happened the summer of 88, and I'm born in the summer of 88.
We'll have to pull the date up sometime and
pull the date, yeah,
and check it. We'll have to check it. I'm not that.
That's your job.
Yeah, exactly. Ricky, somebody. I know somebody will do it. What's your birthday again, Corey?
July 23rd.
July 23rd. So somebody send him some flowers on the 23rd of July. Corey, right before we started this, you were talking about how good your chigs was.
Oh, unbelievable.
This guy's glowing right now.
Glistening. Chicken. It was great. My dog wanted some. She didn't get any. I just had 2. What am I gonna do? She's got dog food. She's not sharing that dog food with me.
If you asked, she probably would.
She'd just go rum, 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 rum.
What are you expecting on Friday? What are you looking forward to the most?
I don't know.
Besides spending time with me.
Spending time with Connor, you mean?
All right, fine.
Connor and Caleb. What am I expecting from this game is probably a more competitive game. Not that Sunday's game wasn't competitive, but Miramichi pretty much dominated that. Hawks started to mount a comeback, but it was too little too late. I think it'll be even. I would not rule out the possibility of an overtime. It's not Dalhousie.
I'm okay
it's
with a
not
Friday night
Chippy.
overtime.
Me too. Miramichi isn't that far off, so
Sunday night overtimes are not my thing. I've got work in the morning.
I don't
Saturday
mind
and
'cause
Friday
it's
night.
early.
You don't work in the winter, asshole.
No, I don't.
You're fine with overtime. I don't like Friday. Friday and Saturdays are the nights for overtime. Sunday nights it should be like a law. No overtime. Just figure your shit out and win in 3 periods. It's easy as that. The cat's in this room and she's staring at me right now. I'm fucking terrified. What do you want?
If you had to pick one player from each team to keep your eyes on, just one, not a group, just one singular player.
David Brewer and Kennedy Gallant. I know
Good
it's a little
ones.
out there. It's not the main pick that you'd expect from me, but I feel like David Brewer he's played well, but I think he's about to have that breakout game, and then Kennedy Gallant. You?
I can't not say Adam Crow.
Okay.
Adam
He's been
Crow
on fire. Been on absolute fire.
Little bit to left field here. Brendan Milson.
Brendan Milson. I thought about saying Brendan Milson.
Yeah. Been quietly
he had a good game one.
He's been quietly having a good playoff, good playoffs, I should say.
It doesn't hurt when you're playing on that line.
No.
Grant Donovan's having a friggin' hell of a year. Bryce is playing amazing. I'm also I repeat myself every week, but every game, I've really been enjoying that Russell Young Gallant line. I don't know why. It's their style of play is my style of hockey. There's skill, there's hard hits, there's chippiness, there's a little bit of shit talk, and they're annoying. I'm thinking this is going to be a lot of a really rough game.
I agree.
You can tune into our podcast pregame for more details on our thoughts, but I think this series is just starting to warm up. There's a lot of bad blood here, and we've heard rumblings of injuries. Trey only played 2 shifts on Sunday. I think I only saw him 2 shifts, maybe only 1 shift. So we're not sure what his status is. Mac Brown got hit hard by Denver Dunfield. My God, Dunfield can throw a hit, so we're not sure what his status is. Those are the what ifs, but you got to hope the Hawks come in healthy. I know that I heard somebody told me they were talking with one of the Doketown guys, and they only got home from Dalhousie at like 3 a.m. So they really only had like a 10-hour turnaround before they had to head back to the Kent North, or probably less than that. It's just brutal. An ungodly, unfortunate. But the game had to get played, so they played it. I think that's going to be. It's not a coincidence that we both picked guys from that line. I think they're going to be hungry. They don't mess around. They're playing in Miramichi. I think the crowd's going to be a big factor here. Buy a 50-50. Please buy a 50-50 because I want to win all that money. So give me your money. Or just don't buy a 50-50. Just come to me and give me half the money and I'll give the other half to Miramichi. It's fine. We'll call it a day. Just skip the 50-50. Give it to me. Corey, what do you think of that idea? I expect you to give me $10 on Friday. Did you freeze?
No, I did not. I just wanted that answer to sit with you for a second.
Silence was your answer because I stun you. I stun you into silence.
Sure. You keep believing that.
Excited. Can't wait to get there on Friday. Sunday, 5:30 at the Kent North. I'm hoping for the crowd to be a little bit bigger. I think it was not a sellout. It was close, though. There were some empty seats when I was on the other side. From where you were standing, it looked sold out to hell.
Yeah.
But there was definitely some empty seats, so not many. If you want to get to that game, get there early. Do you know what time people lined up for that game?
No.
11 in the morning, the first person lined up for the Kent North game. Yeah. 11 a.m., the first person lined up outside the Kent North for game 1 of the finals. I love it.
Imagine if we get to a game 7.
We're going to spend the night there. We're just going to, like old school at EB games when you lay outside and wait for the. No, well, not me either. I would never do that. Fuck, I'm not a loser.
Sure. With a big grin on his face. He's like, I gotta get that new Zelda game. Gotta get that new shitty Pokemon game.
No, it wasn't Zelda or Pokemon, you dickhead. It was to buy the new Xbox or Call of Duty. I was
That's
a big
even
midnight
worse.
release. I was a big midnight. Listen, nobody cares about what you think about gaming.
Nobody cares about Xbox.
So harsh. Back then, man, it was it.
Is
Xbox
still a thing,
360,
by the way?
Yeah. Xbox 360 would probably won't be after this generation. It's not good. But Xbox 360, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, man, many an hour was sunk into that game.
What was the name
I
of the
master prestige that game. What
was the name of that game?
Call of Duty Black Ops, the original.
Black Cops? What?
You can't tell me you've never heard of Black Ops.
Are you? Did they really do a game called Black Cops?
It's Black Ops, like operations.
Black. Oh.
Dude, this is the worst thing I've ever seen you do. You've never heard of Call of Duty Black Ops.
I've heard of Call of Duty, but the way you were saying it sounded like you were saying Black Cops.
Call of Duty Black Ops came out in 2000 and oh man, I'm trying to think here. 2010 maybe 2011.
It's a long
Just
time ago.
adored that game. Played the
shooting
crap
game,
out of
right?
it. Yeah, it's a shooting
That's
game.
horrible game.
First person shooter.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Oh man, I used to play with my buddies. God, hardcore addiction. This cat's wanting out of the room now. She's gonna jump off. Yep, there she goes. She jumped off the desk. Corey, talk for a second while I mute and let the cat out the door.
Call of Duty Black Ops is a terrible game. Just, violent game. No need to shoot people. Why can't they just, bake cakes or something like that? That'd be more nice, But yeah, I'm not a fan of shooting games.
And you don't know what you're missing out on. That was a solid game back in the day. I don't know how we got off track to Call of Duty, but we'll it happens.
Oh yeah.
How did we get to here? Oh, people were sleeping outside the Kent North.
Sleeping outside.
Yeah, so get there early for sure. You're not going to want to miss that game. I think I too think the Hawks are going to win game 2. I think they're going to come back, tie it up, and then game 3 can go either way. The one thing is, though, if the Miramichi team gets amped by that crowd, it's going to be tough. I do think we come out of this weekend with a 2-1 series. I don't think Miramichi's taking a 3-0 lead. So
I do too.
2-1 lead. And then after that, I believe Robbie Graham will be back, right? For game 4?
Yes. Game 4, he will be back.
So if I'm Miramichi, I want to take a 3-0 lead before Robbie comes back.
Yeah, once Robbie comes back, you're
it's a talented guy.
I mean,
Miramichi has beaten them before with their full team.
They've beaten them before with their full team. They beat
take advantage.
They
take advantage of a weak roster.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them a weak roster. Every time that the Hawks are shorthanded, and you're like, yeah, they're gonna lose this game, they find a way to win. Like they are if you hate the Hawks, you must really hate the Hawks. Because when they're supposed to lose, they win. And when they're supposed to win, they'll win, but it'll be in overtime.
I don't know. I do think if you have a weakened roster, not a weak roster, a weakened roster, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah. That's what they did on Sunday. So
100%.
will it continue?
Can't wait to see. Get to the rink early Friday, Corey. Are you going to head up early? Are you going up with Ricky or are you going up with us? I'm not sure if Ricky's going.
I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody.
Not sure. I know I'm going up pretty early. Probably going to grab some food at Mike's, like I said. And then
I'll let you know about that.
Cross the street. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. I'm going with Caleb and Connor, so if you want to come up with us and grab food with your buddy Connor.
I wouldn't mind. Food
you can feel free. Because I know you and Connor are pretty tight.
I
chat sometimes. Anyway, get on out to the game, buy some 50-50, get there early. They announced the doors were opening. What time is it? 7 o'clock or something? 6:30? I
didn't see this.
You gotta take a look, man. Come on now.
Social media.
You are in a podcast, so you gotta look.
I know, but social media, there's always that negativity. I don't know what that Donald Trump thing is, but he doesn't seem very nice.
He's definitely not a very nice person, I don't think. Doors are open at 6:30. 8:15 puck drop, 6:15 doors open, 6:30 doors open. So make sure you're there before 6:30 if you want to get your spot. What time do you think Cheryl's going to get in line?
8.
She's probably in line now.
I'd say 8.
8 for an 8:15 game?
Yeah.
I think she's going to be in line for at least 6:15.
But you talking about the line to get in or the locker room line?
Well played. Well played, sir. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good spot. We're going to be streaming on YouTube. Roxanne's going to be streaming on Facebook, so check that out. We'll be back with our podcast pregame on Friday. It should come out around noon-ish. And that's normally our goal, unless we record a little bit later in the day. But keep an eye out for that. Corey, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you on Friday and enjoy some hockey.
Take care.